The gentle lapping of waves against the shore was interrupted by a startled gasp. A couple, out for an early morning stroll along Somerton Beach, had stumbled upon a sight that would haunt them for years to come. There, propped against the seawall as if peacefully observing the sunrise, sat a man who would become one of the most perplexing mysteries in Australian history. It was December 1st, 1948, and the identity of the Somerton Man was about to captivate the world. At first glance, there was nothing particularly remarkable about the man. He was well dressed in a white shirt, tie, and brown trousers, his polished shoes incongruous against the sandy beach. His pose was so natural, his expression so serene, that the couple initially thought he was merely sleeping off a night of excess. It was only upon closer inspection that the chilling truth became apparent. The man was dead. Detective Sergeant Lean arrived at the scene, his keen eyes taking in every detail. The body showed no signs of violence, no indication of a struggle or foul play. It was as if the man had simply sat down and decided to never get up again. But as Lean would soon discover, nothing about this case would be simple. The man carried no identification, no wallet, no keys, nothing that could give a clue to his identity. His pockets were empty save for a used bus ticket, a train ticket, and a packet of chewing gum. It was as if he had deliberately stripped himself of anything that could tie him to a name or a past. As the investigation unfolded, more puzzling details emerged. All the labels on the man's clothing had been removed, making it impossible to trace where they had been purchased. His dental records matched no known person in Australia or abroad. Even his fingerprints yielded no results when run through international databases. It was as if the Somerton Man had appeared out of thin air, leaving no trace of his existence beyond the body on the beach. The autopsy only deepened the mystery. The pathologist found no obvious cause of death, but noted that the man's spleen was 3 times its normal size and the liver was distended. These symptoms suggested poisoning, yet no known poison was detected in his system. Whatever had killed the Somerton Man was as enigmatic as the man himself. As Detective Lean pored over the scant evidence, a breakthrough seemed to emerge. In a hidden pocket of the man's trousers, they discovered a tightly rolled piece of paper. Excitement turned to frustration as they unrolled it, revealing only 2 words, Tamam Shud. The phrase, meaning ended or finished in Persian, was torn from the final page of a rare edition of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. This cryptic message only added another layer to the already impenetrable mystery. Months passed, and the case of the Somerton Man became a national obsession. Theories abounded. Was he a spy, silenced for knowing too much? A jilted lover who had come to Australia to die? Or perhaps a victim of a crime so perfect that it left no trace? Each new piece of evidence seemed to raise more questions than it answered. Then, in a twist that seemed almost too coincidental to be true, a man came forward with a copy of the Rubaiyat. It was the exact edition from which the Tamam Shud paper had been torn. But instead of providing answers, this discovery only deepened the enigma. For scrawled in faint pencil on the back cover of the book was a code, 5 lines of seemingly random letters. Cryptographers from around the world attempted to crack the code, but to no avail. Was it a cipher, a coded message, or simply the random scribblings of a troubled mind? The book also contained a phone number, leading Detective Lean to the doorstep of Jessica Thompson. Jessica, a young nurse living just a short distance from where the body was found, denied any knowledge of the Somerton Man. But her reaction upon being shown a plaster bust of the deceased told a different story. She appeared shocked, almost faint, as if she had seen a ghost. Yet she maintained her denial, leaving Lean with the unsettling feeling that she knew far more than she was letting on. As the investigation stretched from months into years, the Somerton Man case became a black hole of dead ends and false leads. Every answer seemed to spawn a dozen new questions, every theory crumbling under the weight of contradictory evidence. The man's body was eventually buried, his gravestone bearing no name, only a plea. Here lies the unknown man who was found at Somerton Beach. But even in death, the Somerton Man refused to give up his secrets. Decades passed, and still the case remained unsolved, a testament to the limits of forensic science and detective work. New generations of investigators would pore over the old files, applying modern techniques to the aging evidence. DNA analysis, advanced code-breaking algorithms, international database searches, all were brought to bear on the mystery. Yet the Somerton Man kept his silence, his true identity locked away behind impenetrable walls of time and circumstance. As the years rolled by, those who had been closest to the case began to pass away. Detective Lean, who had dedicated so much of his life to unraveling the mystery, died without ever knowing the truth. Jessica Thompson, too, took whatever secrets she might have known to her grave. But still, the case refused to die, capturing the imagination of each new generation. Theories continued to proliferate, each more outlandish than the last. Some claimed the Somerton Man was a time traveler, stranded in the past and unable to return to his own time. Others insisted he was an alien, his strange physiology and untraceable origins proof of his extraterrestrial nature. More grounded theories suggested he was a victim of Cold War espionage, silenced before he could complete his mission. The code in the book became a holy grail for cryptographers, each convinced that cracking it would finally reveal the truth. But like the man himself, the code remained stubbornly unbreakable, its meaning lost to time. In a final twist, rumors began to circulate about a possible connection between Jessica Thompson and the Somerton Man. Some claimed that Jessica had a son, born just a year after the Somerton Man's death, who bore a striking resemblance to the mysterious corpse. Could the Somerton Man have been a jilted lover, come to confront Jessica one last time? Or was this just another red herring in a case already overflowing with false leads and dead ends? As the 21st century dawned, the Somerton Man case stood as a testament to the enduring power of mystery. In an age of instant information and global connectivity, here was a puzzle that defied all attempts at solution. The man on the beach had become more than just an unsolved case. He was a symbol of the unknown, a reminder that even in our modern world, some secrets remain beyond our grasp. And so, the Somerton Man continues to watch us from the shadows of history, his enigmatic smile forever holding the answers just out of reach. Who was he? Where did he come from? What brought him to that lonely stretch of beach on that fateful night? Perhaps someday, through some unforeseen breakthrough or stroke of luck, we will finally uncover the truth. Or perhaps the Somerton Man will keep his secrets forever, an eternal reminder that some mysteries are destined to remain unsolved. In the end, it may be that the mystery itself is more valuable than any solution could ever be. For in the Somerton Man, we find a mirror for our own deepest fears and fascinations, a canvas upon which we can project our wildest theories and darkest imaginings. And as long as his true identity remains unknown, he will continue to haunt our collective consciousness, a ghost that refuses to be laid to rest. The waves still lap at Somerton Beach, and somewhere, perhaps, the Somerton Man is laughing at our futile attempts to unmask him. His legacy is not one of answers, but of questions, endless, maddening, fascinating questions that may never be answered. And in that, perhaps, lies the true power of the Tamam Shud case, not in its solution, but in its enduring mystery.